Hey guys, what's going on tonight? We are here with Friday Night Review. I am Scalz. Below me is Jamey. Next to my left is Shadow, and at the diagonal is Cam. How's everybody doing tonight?
You hear that? That's the sound of crickets like Smackdown was.
Hey, don't be like that. It was a good Smackdown. Scouts, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm on vacation, so I am doing phenomenal.
Jamey, on a scale of 1 to high, how high are you right now with this?
Oh man,
he's not Will.
That Smackdown was not good.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty great, but yeah. I mean, I'm not to Will level, but I'm in the middle. I'm levitating a little.
So you're Samuel.
I think this is the battle of Ebony and Ivory versus you two because I don't like SmackDown tonight.
I didn't either.
SmackDown was good. For the first 40 minutes of it, I felt like I was watching a freaking movie.
The first 40 minutes of it, I was trying to fall asleep.
It was Scorsese. What are you talking about, bro?
I mean, to be fair, Jamie, people said Paige's sex tape was good too, but
what was good?
Tomato, I guess. It's Paige's sex tape, but tomato.
Ah, that is good.
I'm just saying.
It's good if you're like 14.
Hey, you don't have to question where I'm at mentally, okay?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, there's only literally 45 minutes of WWE content tonight that doesn't revolve around Roman Reigns.
That's not true.
That is true. Take your commercials, take your Roman Reigns segments out. How much of SmackDown did you get tonight?
There's 45 minutes of Bloodline.
Uh-huh. And then the final 10 minutes, which is Bloodline.
No, the first 35, it was 35 and 10. So that's 45.
Right. Now take your commercials, would add up to about a half hour in total.
Yeah, about an hour of good content.
That's about right. Yeah.
We're getting mathematical in here now.
Maybe you're right. Still. That 45 minutes is better than anything else you're going to see on TV this week.
That's not true. I can put on porn.
But
I can put on porn.
Well, it's going to be a lot better than what you're going to watch on Wednesdays, Friday nights, stuff like that.
Nah, I know you're not.
Okay. No, I do not speak Espanol. That is Jamie typing in a chat.
Grazie.
I don't even speak Italian, unfortunately.
The only man I know that's Italian that doesn't speak Italian. Look at that.
That's not true. I'm sure you know a lot of people that are like that.
I'm legally Italian.
I actually don't. But I know a lot of French.
Scottish.
Speak French. Hey, just want to make a reference here because I'm drinking the Tony Khan Kool-Aid.
You have been for like the last few weeks since you've been at Forbidden Door.
That's very true.
Which needs to stop because the only AEW guy here on this podcast needs to be. So.
Hey, you can't tell me what to enjoy, sir.
Will I speak Spanish because I've been working in the paint business for the last 5 years. So,
and Sammy speaks Spanish because she works with a. Never mind.
Oh my gosh! I mean, we know she works at Home Depot, but stop it.
Shout out to Sammy tonight. She is proudly presenting her off the top flag over on the main event players tonight. So, anyways,
all right. So let's discuss the SmackDown opening segment. First 35 minutes. Everybody's thoughts.
Oh,
it was too long. It was too long.
I thought it was perfect. Absolute cinema. I felt like I was watching like The Sopranos. It was perfect.
Okay.
So what was too long about it, Cam? Was it the
beatdown
afterwards?
It just dragged.
Was
like
it the setup to it?
It just dragged. I mean, there was parts of it that was good or whatever. I mean, I didn't really get to enjoy it like everyone else probably did anyways because for some reason my cable provider decided to black out the Fox channel, so I had to watch SmackDown on the Espanol channel. So I had to hear in English, but then I heard Spanish over top of that, so I didn't really get to hear most of it anyways. but it just dragged. I felt like
But
then they had this whole like brawl at the end of it, and it was just like there was no security, there was no refs that normally break up this kind of thing. They just kept going and kept going and kept going. I'm like, okay, this is getting a little bit long here. We can wrap this up. We got the rest of SmackDown to do here. So
you're probably the guy who would sit and watch just a few minutes of The Irishman and be like, oh, this is dragging. It's taking too long. And you don't really get invested on what's going on. You got to take this time.
We've been invested for 6 months. And now we want the fucking finale, which it should be coming to, which it is.
No. The IWC, and I'm not going to include you guys in with the IWC, but the wrestling community, they go on and bitch about not having long-term storytelling, not talking about all this. And once it gets a little too long for your tasting, everyone's going to cry about it.
Okay, you want to know what soured my taste buds on the long storytelling? Bray fucking Wyatt.
Okay, that maybe does, tickle the taint a little wrong, but at the same time,
tickle the what?
You heard me, damn it. But what I'm saying is that when WWE finally gives us something good, we got to soak it in when we can.
Bro, I've seen better acting from Mia Khalifa than I watched tonight with Roman Reigns.
Wow.
Hey, that's pure, actually, it's overrated cinema. Home video quality, probably.
Wow.
But at the same time, WWE is putting out movie quality storylines, and we're just sitting here trying to shit on it. I'm not gonna have that tonight.
Okay. I'm not so much bitching that it's long or whatever. I appreciate long-term storytelling all the time. Anytime we get it, I appreciate it. But for me, it just feels like the best stuff they put in this storyline is behind them now. Now it's just like they're kind of just dragging this out. To me, they're just dragging it out. Like it almost feels like it's losing steam, and they know it, and they're just reaching at this point.
No, I think they're hitting the climax right now. You have Jay and Jamey just now beat them at Money in the Bank. Now you're starting to bring in what's Solo gonna do next. There's still a lot of things to go with this, man.
See,
you're right.
I was going to say, we're just getting to the meat and potatoes of it right now.
Yeah,
this is the main course. Because now you have Solo still going after his brothers. You finally have Jay attacking people. Jay was the last one to do any of that. You saw his trepidation getting back in the ring, whether he should go after Roman or not.
Look at that. I'm already more entertained by Rampage. Anyways, continue. I'm sorry. I'll shut up. Continue.
You're entertained by a show that gets less than 250,000 people to watch it. Lovely.
Go check the DVR records, man.
Oh, so they increased by 25,000 because of the DVR.
What? Okay, hold on. That's a good point. Why do fans of nowadays care about how much a show is getting viewers wise? Why does that matter?
Because AEW made it matter. Because they focused on it every single week, saying, "Oh, we're beating WWE. We have a higher demo. He's the demo god." Like, come on. They built everything around the storyline for this, and now people are saying about it. Well, why does everybody matter? Why does everybody care? Because they made us care. They made it relevant for all of us to worry about this shit. And you know what? Doesn't really matter? Nielsen ratings, because they're all fucked anyway.
Yep, that's the thing, because people go back, they record, they DVR, they watch, so they're not really accurate anyways to begin with, because streaming it's thrown everything out of the loop. People watch offline, people watch online, so ratings don't care. They don't matter.
Back to SmackDown, because I got off topic there, or Scalz threw us off topic by bitching at me.
Keep demo.
No, you brought up Rampage and changed my whole way of thinking.
Listen, you guys want to be on the show. I'm just here.
But the thing is that Will, you said they've gone to the well too many times. I don't think they've won enough.
Because now we're just getting to Jay versus Roman again. The way that it started.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going to be the way that it's going to end.
But then now on this side,
and then after that, Solo. You're going to have Solo. And that's going to be another thing.
And then
it's gonna
after that, you still got Cody.
Right. It's going to lead to Cody taking the belt off of him at WrestleMania 40, and then that'll be the end of the bloodline.
That's still a long time from now. So I'm just like, what are they going to really do from now to like
you have
Survivor Series or
SummerSlam?
So you have Jay versus him at SummerSlam. You'll have Jimmy versus Roman at some point. SummerSlam will eventually be probably something to do with
SummerSlam, you mean Survivor Series?
Survivor Series will probably be something to do with Solo. And then Solo will get his true shot at the Rumble. And then it would lead to Cody coming back and being for Mania.
So, who do you think's going to win the Rumble? I know this is
Cody.
Gunther.
Cody again? I hope not.
Gunther's going to win it.
Gunther, yeah.
Cody won't need the
All right, we're talking about shows like 9 months from now. Let's get back to tonight.
All right.
So I can shit on YouTube about it for.
So one thing I did want to bring up, they had Karrion Kross go out there, no entrance, cuts a commercial. 3 minutes later, loses to Edge. You did see
AJ.
the leg. You did
lost to Edge. AJ.
That's right, AJ. I'm sorry, y'all got me a little fired up tonight. Anyways, you did see the wrap around the leg there, but with a quick finish like that, there's many things speculated. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I didn't even know that was a match tonight. I was in the shitter.
About what? Karrion Kross?
How long have you been there? Maybe that's why you think SmackDown's been so shitty.
Maybe you want to shit a lot.
So, I think it just was due to the lack of time that they were given because the Bloodline story in the first to start the show ran over. Because there was also rumors that the entire women's segment with Asuka coming out was almost cut.
Yeah, but the women went out there, they improvised, and they did very well. They made their time work.
Like
so
they had
so
me
you're
believing
agreeing with us now that was overboard. Okay.
I never said it wasn't overboard. I just said it was a great show, and you said it sucked.
It did.
I thought it did too. I didn't really care for
it. And in turn, before you shit on me, I thought Dynamite sucked this week too. So there you go.
The only good thing about Dynamite, which I'm sure we're going to get into because Cam has something he wants to say,
is Sting.
No, I was going to say the MJF entrance with Adam Cole.
Dude, freaking nonchalant MJF pretending to be babyface for Adam is the greatest thing I've seen in a long time.
They made me believe tonight that EO was actually going to try and cash in because of how they built that up in that short time. So,
how many matches were even on SmackDown this week? 2?
So you had
3.
The main event match was Edge versus Grayson Waller.
Stupid.
It was a great match.
Shadow just hates everything about WWE right now. I don't even know why he watches it.
Like, I will say this. I crapped on Grayson Waller for so long, would make fun of it because Haley'd go on live all the time and go, Grayson freaking Waller? Yeah, freaking Grayson Waller because I'm British and he's Australian, but I love me some Grayson freaking Waller. I was freaking out. Maybe that's why I was so tainted on Grayson freaking Waller. But anyways, he went out there tonight. He swam with the big fish, which is Edge, pulled out a great match, and got the sign of approval. Big fish, damn it. Okay. And I gotta say, he put up a great fight, a great effort. The match was good, and got the sign of approval from Edge, and he impressed the hell out of me in this match. So I gotta give it to them. Grayson Waller might be something.
So would you say that Edge gave Waller the rub?
Absolutely. 100%.
Absolutely.
I bet.
All right, Ken, your thoughts on that match?
I mean, I don't know. It was great to see Grayson Waller finally wrestle or whatever. They're really just putting Edge out there just because, he's retiring soon. Hopefully they come up with something creative for his last match. I hope so, and I hope it's not just some throwaway match like they gave Kurt Angle.
Hey, I mean,
Just
Randy's coming
have
back.
Baron
So.
Corbin retiring.
No, have Randy and him have a feud to end it.
Yeah, I'll be down for that.
You don't need much build for that.
They have a lot of history together. So,
the greatest wrestling match ever, part 2.
Part 1 was ass.
What do you mean? That was the greatest wrestling match ever? I'm sorry. I'm just being a heel tonight. Oh.
What other match do we have tonight? We spoke about
Sheamus and Theory.
Sheamus and Theory for the United States Championship.
Yawn.
Which was
Fucking Theory needs to lose that belt, man.
I agree.
Oh, I agree. He's going to lose it he'll probably lose it at SummerSlam.
To L.A. Knight. Yeah.
I think he should just lose it on a house show because nobody gives a fuck about him anymore.
I think tonight would have been a good time to lose it, but
it would have been. I agree.
Because it is Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that the Pretty Deadly comes out in every single one of his matches. Like, they're not a fucking trio. They're a tag team, and they're mooching off of Theory when there's nothing to mooch off of.
I mean, I'll say this.
Pretty Deadly was your favorite tag team, though.
Pretty Deadly does great heel work. I love Pretty Deadly, but I just don't like this combination of the three of these guys. It doesn't work for me.
I could see Scalz dressing like Pretty Deadly heading out there.
What the fuck is wrong with you tonight?
Yes, boy.
Oh, God.
Damn, Shadow's on something tonight.
Nah, man, I'm just tired of shitty product being shitty product. Calling a spade, as Will would say. The product has not been good.
Man.
Get that garbage out of here.
Listen,
It hasn't been. It really hasn't.
Listen, if I'm invested in something, I'm not spending an hour in the bathroom, right?
Yeah, I get that from your point of view.
I could have played Fight Forever instead of watching this. Plain simple.
I legitimately watched SmackDown tonight for the Bloodline segment, strictly. And the beginning of it, the end, that was what I call cinema. Perfect to the point. We're getting beat downs. That's intensity. The beginning was quiet and annoying. And, sending Jimmy to the local medical facility was great.
Did they say that, or did they say hospital?
They said local medical facility.
Oh, because they said he's being checked out by doctors later in the show. So that's why I was confused as to what they possibly said.
So I'm glad that Vince McMahon had his ugly ass old man hands on everything again.
He was there tonight.
He was taking advantage of our entertainment.
It's Madison Square Garden. Of course he's going to be there.
Right, it's a train ride from Connecticut.
Let's be real, he probably flew there.
Yeah, I was say, dude, don't take the train.
No, he probably took a car service.
He took a private jet with his NDA agreements.
Gosh, Shadow.
But, I mean...
Oh, shit.
Oh, I feel like there's really nothing else to say about SmackDown when half of our stream hates the show. And the other half is trying to make the good points of it.
Hey, look at us. We took 35 minutes or 19 minutes. We did less than the Bloodline segment tonight to cover all of SmackDown.
The only thing I really liked was the women's segment. I mean, it wasn't much, but I like that because again, I feel like the whole triple threat storyline that got going on right now with Asuka, Charlotte, and Bianca, I think is great.
It's really good.
Literally, it's probably the best thing going on in the women's division right now.
Oh yeah.
So.
Keep my opinion.
And then you always got to watch your back on Io and Bailey. So.
Right.
Apparently,
so.
I'm getting under Scalz's skin by having an opinion tonight. So.
I didn't say that.
But I don't think Cam's right at all about that women's segment. I think that's garbage too.
Get that garbage
Right.
out of here.
Charlotte doesn't need to be there, bro. I can see her full titties bouncing out of that.
That was last week.
No, I thought she was going to knock herself out as she was running to the ring.
I could see her nips through that. Go back and watch it.
I'll have to do some research.
Look, Charlotte's only there to help Bianca turn heel.
Fun
Like,
fact
that's
for
the
you. I
main
read an
reason.
article today. Bianca doesn't want to turn heel because she's in the same boat as John Cena, and because she does all this Make-A-Wish shit, she doesn't want to go heel.
Tough shit. We don't need another fucking Bianca, another Cena, who does everything and ruins what everybody wants, and then is always winning and everything else. No.
She had one title reign, and everybody's calling her John Cena. Relax.
Did you see the title reign?
Relax.
How did
Okay.
she-
Did you see
how
Bianca?
did
Did you
she-
see Becky's? Okay. So
How did Becky did not
What's your
beat three
point?
people in a 3-on-1?
enough with this Cena stuff. Like, no, she's not John Cena. I don't care what anybody says.
Bianca won a 3-on-1 handicap match, essentially.
I mean, she's used to handicap matches with Montez, and yeah. Anyways,
Oh God, I'm not touching that.
And Nick Cannon. I'm ready for EO to be champ.
motherfuckers.
Oh man.
Listen, this is content. If everybody agreed that the show was good, it'd be boring.
No, I know. But let's move on. Cam, you said earlier that you had in this week that you had something to talk about.
Yes.
That you wanted to get into a state of wrestling.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
here we go again.
so first half of this program tonight was Friday Night Review. Now we're going into the state of pro wrestling. I'm addressing the IWC because I see this a lot in different corners of the IWC, and it's annoying. So it's regarding AEW. It's no secret that I'm probably the biggest AEW fan, stand, whatever you want to call it, off the top. So there are 4 things I would like to address. The first thing about AEW that I hear a lot of people say is the AEW storylines. Now, it upsets me because people always say that they don't have storylines and things like that. They don't have the same caliber storylines as WWE does. That may be true. Like, of course, they don't have anything equivalent to the Bloodline, obviously. But I mean, if you look back on the short-term stuff that they've done, it's been decent. I think a lot of people don't like it because they don't like the setups to the storylines, or they don't like the ending to the storylines. But they do a lot of short-term stuff. They don't really book a lot of long-term stuff. But if you go back to, like, I know he's public enemy number 1 right now, but CM Punk and MJF storyline originally when CM Punk first came to AEW, I thought that was great. We got a dog collar match, which was gory and violent and just amazing.
Fire dog collar match.
It was fire.
Right.
It was fire.
Match.
And the promo stuff, their back and forth promo stuff was great. So again, it wasn't necessarily long term, like some Bloodline stuff, but I thought it was pretty great. They've done other things that are short term stories, but a lot of people complain about, AEW doesn't have storylines or whatever. Yeah, because they don't have long term stuff that people always complain that they want more of. Now we have another storyline that they're doing, and it seems like we're kind of in the long haul for, and it's MJF and of course Adam Cole. And they put them in this makeshift tag team or whatever, which I think has been hilarious to see because MJF is trying to pretend to be this baby face or whatever, and it's great. So it's obviously going to be set up for MJF to turn on Adam Cole and completely destroy Adam Cole, leave him a bloody mess, and set up for a great match they're going to have probably at, who knows, All In, All Out, I'm not sure, but I think it's going to be great.
So at that match, would you take the belt off of Max?
See, I don't know, man. I don't know. Cause see, I think it would be great because MJF's held that title the entire year. So I think,
but I think you should still have that one program with Punk at least to kind of cap off where they left off.
Absolutely. That's why I
least
think
before he loses the belt.
Right. Which is why I think I probably wouldn't take that title off. I would have MJF beat Cole, and then I obviously would have the rematch between CM Punk and MJF, obviously. So
yeah,
I think that'd be great.
So if that's not the case, would Orange Cassidy be the one to take the belt?
Get the fuck out of here.
MJF? Absolutely not. What?
I'm about to mute you, Jamie. Let Kim go through his state of wrestling.
He's a favorite of Tony. Okay.
Absolutely not. Orange Cassidy's great. I love Orange Cassidy, but absolutely not.
Okay, you lost me there, Cam.
No, absolutely not. Another thing I see people say is people are trying to say that 2019 AEW is goated compared to the stuff they do now. Of course, people are going to say that now because when they look back on it, like when it was happening then, everybody's hating on it. Everybody's going, "Oh, this is just WCW 2.0," and "Oh, this sucks, and that sucks, and this sucks." And then years later, and everybody's like, "Oh man, 2019 AEW was fantastic," blah 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 blah. And I'm like, of course, because when you have it, you don't appreciate it. And then when it's gone, now you want it back.
So would you say that they're comparing it to the Attitude Era?
Basically.
Same context, right?
Basically, yeah. And I get annoyed by that too, because it's just like, okay, like you're just stuck in the past. Like you can't see what's great now. You're just stuck in the past. So
I think the storyline content of what AEW was doing in 2019 maybe was a little better than what they were doing now, but their match quality and kind of their presentation of what they could put out now is better.
Right.
Because of, they do have some ex-WWE stars. They have people that actually know what's going on within the business. They've gotten rid of a lot of their green wrestlers that they had to have pretty much so they could fill a roster at the beginning. So as they're trying to mold what roster they kind of want to go with, I just gotta give them some more time. They've only been around since 2019. It is 2023, so that's 4 years. But
hey, you can count.
I said give them 5 years, but I think just Tony needs people around him to. That's my big thing is have people around him to help him make the show better. And you see it on Collusion. Collusion's a great show. Or Collision. Oh my gosh, did I do it again? But
I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to let it go.
It's a fantastic show. The wrestling's good. It's real to me, damn it. But the thing about it is that it's on Saturday, and just Saturday isn't a good time for wrestling, and it's not a good time really for anything because people are out doing stuff on Saturday nights.
Right.
I mean,
then you got holiday stuff. Then you got college sports. You got hockey when it comes on. So Saturday is just not a good day.
I'm countering that point. Saturday is a great day for it. Just look at the UFC numbers and look at the pay-per-view numbers.
It's never done good for wrestling except during pay-per-views and house shows. But when it's on weekly as a television show, it's never done good.
It did very well for WCW when they did it.
Oh, 605. That was 86. No one was doing anything on Saturdays in 86.
There's always sports on TV.
I think
there's always local sports on TV.
I think if they got rid of that Friday show and actually tried to compete, they might do something.
I agree with that. They need to drop Rampage. The Rampage nobody's watching Rampage like that. I agree with that.
Sorry,
Tony tried to. He tried to drop Rampage, but the network said no.
Go ahead, Cam. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Anyways, the second to last thing I wanted to address is the MJF and Roman Reigns comparison. So I've been live a couple of times for like AEW, and people have come in there and they've said things like, oh, MJF is like the Roman Reigns of AEW. How? The only comparison is that they're both world champion. That's it. But MJF is not going to go on some 1,000-day reign. Ain't
nobody on the level of the devil, bro.
There's no way that's happening. I'm sorry, but that's the only comparison at all. So I don't know. It's just the ridiculousness that the IWC comes up with. They always want to compare something to WWE. Not everybody's trying to mimic stuff WWE does.
Well, the IWC can compare a stock of corn to my penis and shove it down their throat.
Wow.
Says the guy who went the Forbidden Door and has been dick riding AEW ever since.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. You heard me. You went the Forbidden Door and have been dick riding ever since,
Shut up.
bro.
If you'll listen for a second.
It was a great show. I
you can
give it
ask
that.
You can ask Scalz that my opinion of WWE went downhill before that.
No, and I know that.
No,
I know
very
that.
true. 2
And it
weeks
has been
before
true.
because he was getting all hyped about going and being there. So now he was getting all psyched up for it, and he was anticipating it. And then because of how great the show was, which I can't believe I just said, it changed his whole perspective on AEW and WWE.
I get that.
Bro, if you had it your way, NWA would be on TV. Shut up.
Because that's what fucking wrestling is.
And you'd be riding that dick harder than you're riding Romans right now. Shut up, man.
First off, no one wants NWA on TV with Titus as their champion.
You're right
That's
there.
Jamey's champion,
You're
though.
right there. That is not my fucking champion.
He
If
is
we're
if you
talking
watch
about-
it. If you like
Nick
NWA,
Aldis
he is
is
your
my
champion.
fucking champion, but
Yeah,
he ain't even
who
with the
is
company anymore.
Now
So
in
fuck.
Impact.
I don't know anything about NWA besides him being champion.
Goodness.
So.
I'm just.
That's all I know, too. I just know that.
It's still real to me, damn it!
I just know that some company allowed Brodus Clay to fucking be a champion. So that's.
Yeah, don't get me started.
While he was working for Fox
Funky's on a roll over there in NWA, I'll tell you that.
and
Despite
taking the
all
belt
my
on TV
rage.
with him.
Anyways, continue your dick riding of Roman.
All I was trying to say is that you had pretty negative reviews of AEW before you went. That's all I was trying to say.
And I still do. But y'all think because I highlight one part of the show that I like, I'm dick riding. When I'm not. I'm enjoying pro wrestling right now. I'm not enjoying sports entertainment.
And
Well said.
That's fair.
Well said.
Once you put it in those layman terms, I get it. Because, I watched the show and I was like, damn, Omega's fucking great. Ospreay is great.
I'm not paying attention to AEW's lack of or shitty storylines. I'm paying attention to the matches they're putting on compared
They
to
are
what
putting
WWE
on
is
great
outside of the bloodline.
Mm-hmm. I give you that. They're putting on great matches. I give that to you.
Right now, WWE feels like a fucking college that you just entered and you don't know which course you want to do to graduate. And that's because they're having a power struggle and they're failing to admit it.
The great thing about WWE though is when you got these different frats and sororities, they're all pretty around, pretty good. But when you go to the AEW college, they're kind of mediocre.
We're getting educational up in this piece. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Listen, since we're talking state of wrestling, the problem with the product of WWE right now, and I'm going to say it, you take it as you will, but until they figure out whose dick is bigger between Triple H and Vince McMahon, you're going to get the product you're getting right now.
Facts.
Because they can't, one week it's Vince's hands on, the next week Triple H. You can't keep doing that. You notice a difference.
Everything is Triple H's until Vince rewrites shit.
Yeah.
And
So-
that's
Right, and that's
Which
the
happens
problem.
hour
No,
before
I know,
the
but
show.
it's not saying that. What Shadow is saying is that 1 week one person's doing it, the next week that somebody else is doing it. 1 week they're preventing Vince from doing it as much as he was the week before. And
Right, and that's what he's saying by the power struggle. They need to figure out one direction and one person who is solely in charge and go in that direction and stay that way.
Oh, I hate to say it like this, but
that will never happen as long as he's alive.
Like
Exactly.
what happened to the good
I
old
hate
days
to
when
say it like
people were
this,
getting
but
cut
WWE is
off?
going to be better off when Vince is in the ground dead and cold.
Okay, Phil.
That's what CM Punk said.
That's why I said I hate saying this. Like,
I just
because
said that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with you, Shadow. Like, that's the only way that we're going to get what we want.
Also, you guys really want to know
Give me
why
what I want.
you guys keep saying I'm dick riding AEW. Another reason is because maybe I spent too much time on TikTok and everybody is down WWE's throat with their dicks about fucking WWE. And I'm just tired of hearing opinion after opinion after opinion. If I wanted to hear opinion after opinion, I'd listen to my wife speak for an hour.
Wow. Anywho, my fourth and final gripe, I guess, about the IWC is regarding the Stinger. Now, I'm a big fan of Sting. Now, I get it. I'm not. Anyways, I'm not so much a fan of, these older, well past their prime wrestlers still being in the ring or whatever. But they harp on him a lot. They say, like, why is he diving off this and that? He wasn't like that his entire career. Now, you look at his career when he was the, bright face paint colors and blonde
Surfer
hair,
Boy
he wasn't
Sting.
doing that. When he was the Crow Sting, he wasn't doing that. But look at when he was in TNA.
He did that shit all the time.
He was diving off of crap in TNA all the time.
I was about to say.
He was in steel cage matches. He had freaking thumbtacks and tables, and he was crazy in TNA. So
I was about to say him and Kurt Angle nearly killed each other in an empty arena match.
Thank you.
To be fair, Sting almost killed Jeff Hardy.
No, Jeff Hardy almost.
No, he almost killed himself.
Jeff Hardy.
I understand. I'm just saying by Sting doing what he did, trying to stop the match from happening, it could have killed Jeff Hardy.
No, that'd be Eric Bischoff's fault. But anyways.
No, probably Hulk Hogan.
Well, listen here, brother. But
speaking of Hulk Hogan, today's the 25th anniversary of when the NWO formed.
Oh, who gives a shit?
Everybody's favorite racist, everybody, Hulk Hogan.
Considering the belt you have behind you, obviously you do.
Hey, this is
but it's not spray painted though, so it don't count.
It's WWE's version, so we're talking about Triple H.
You got the picture right above
Angle.
The picture right next to it.
You see Hogan anywhere?
It's not.
You see Nash and Hall.
Yeah, but that's the two originators.
You don't see Hogan there.
It also says on their shirt NWO, not outsiders, sir.
Hey, I like those two guys though, but you don't see Hogan.
Doesn't matter. It still says NWO.
But without Hogan, NWO doesn't become into fruition. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean you're real. Yeah, valid.
Anyways, that's my rant for this episode.
But I agree. Sting needs to retire. I mean, he needs to find a nice retirement home that caters to old wrestlers. I hear Legends House is a great thing. Like the Ronald McDonald for shitty old wrestlers now.
That or just have him hang out with DDP all day.
I don't understand, and with all due respect to Scalz, but I don't understand the hype ever behind Sting.
You're crazy. You're wild for that statement.
I've watched Sting from when he was a Surfer Sting in WCW.
I mean, you've seen Bruno Sammartino wrestle live, so that doesn't surprise me.
No, I have not.
I was 4 years old at Madison Square Garden, and me and my pops went and saw Bruno.
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode has just gone off the rails.
My first ever wrestling event I went to was in MGM Studios in Disney when WCW recorded their shows there in front of a crowd. And I saw Sting and I saw Big Show wrestle.
Was that when the ring used to spin?
Yes.
Dope.
And
gimmicky.
Seeing Big Show, I was sitting in front, seeing Big Show standing above me. I was like a little 3-foot little piece of shit. And he's 7 feet tall, and it's like, holy fuck. And then ever since then, I fell in love with wrestling, and I fell in love with Sting. And then I followed his entire career. And when he turned into the Crow Sting, it was the greatest thing that ever happened in any professional wrestling at that time.
Just to clarify, I'm not taking away his accolades. I just don't understand the hype behind him.
It's fair.
It's if you followed him and you were invested in that at the time, like it's hard to explain because like I was so invested in that. We dressed up in high school as a bunch of wrestlers. Like, every whole group dressed up as the NWO. I dressed up as Sting. I brought a wiffle ball bat, all taped in black tape, to school. Face painted, full get up, everything. I did not speak the entire day. And for most of you that know me, I don't shut up. Mm-hmm. So it scared the fuck out of people, me not saying a damn word.
I'm sorry, I can't just picture you as a gothic man all day. I just can't.
The original Sting makeup, fully done, black trench coat, black hair, wig, everything.
But the fact that you grew up in New York and going around in a trench coat.
That is not true.
I know. I'm not giving away where you grew up. I'm using that as essential. So calm down.
But it's different because
it's different.
If I did grow up in New York, it would be different.
He's
I probably wouldn't have done that. Jersey is different than New York.
Either way, I don't think I'd want to see you in a trench coat walking around anywhere. I'd be weirded out. But
Jersey.
But
Jersey.
So I was fully invested in everything Sting did in WCW. And then when WWE bought them and he went to TNA, I was upset because I wanted him to go to WWE to win the title there. Okay. And then I followed Sting over there with the main event from Mafia, and
ooh.
Yes, sir.
That was so good. And
that
was like I feel we need to do a career retro on Sting. That's what I feel.
I would totally be for that. I would want to be.
Yeah, we'll make sure it's the second Tuesday of the next week of the following month. Oh my God. But Cam, because you're AEW, what do you think of the rumors speculating that Tony Khan is now on the cusp of signing Goldberg to wrestle Sting for the final match?
Nope, absolutely not. It's a terrible idea.
Apparently, the deal is upward of $8 million for 1 year.
Oh, jeez.
Please, Lord have mercy.
But you don't need to sign somebody for that. Sting needs to wrestle Darby and lose, and Darby needs to get the rub off of him, and that'll work.
Don't say it like that.
What, rub?
Rub off him.
I said off of him. I didn't say off him.
It's still...
Not everybody has a dirty mind like you, Shadow. We don't all think about that all the time.
All three of you do. You just don't use it.
That's fair.
Oh, my God.
Welcome to Off the Top, Off the Rails. We're here shooting the shit.
No, it's just off the rails at this point. It's not off the rails.
But
you don't need to sign this big, bald baby who is entitled thinking WWE owes him a retirement match. They don't owe you anything. Professional wrestling doesn't owe you anything, honestly.
The perfect ending would be for him to wrestle at Wembley and have his last match there and ride off into the sunset.
No, the perfect ending match for him would be to wrestle Bret Hart. Bret Hart can get his revenge, but whatever.
Oh, here's my question. If Goldberg feels that WWE owes him a retirement match, does he feel the Atlanta Falcons owe him a retirement game?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
You know what I mean? Like the man's got stupider takes than Jim Cornette.
I wouldn't go that far.
Are you talking about Ryback?
No, Goldberg.
Because apparently Ryback thinks he should wrestle Goldberg.
Listen.
Apparently Ryback thinks he would be ratings for AEW.
Listen, the only ratings Ryback's going to bring is some indie house show down in South Africa that nobody gives a fuck about.
Facts.
And then Jamey still might show up to be front row for it.
Hey, you gotta support indie wrestling, brother.
Jamie's going to be the
wrestling. I'm just saying you'd fly across the globe and bring your best chicken nuggets for those Ethiopian children to get front row.
Oh my gosh! And you just said that Jim Cornette was horrible.
Jamie's going to be the red hat guy, front row of these shows.
Listen, if anybody wants to cancel me, my email address is gofuckyourself@gmail.com.
I'm sure it's a real email address too.
Probably. No one shut up.
I'm gonna be the first email.
He's looking it up right now.
But I don't know. Right now, professional wrestling is in a decent state. It's not in a great state like it should be.
I feel like it's the most popular that it's been in a long time right now.
Outside of 3 major storylines, it's not really, though.
But that's all you need. How many major storylines were there during the Attitude Era?
I felt like every match had a story to it.
That's
The matches itself, but how many major storylines did you have outside of that? Like,
Well, you had
that
Austin.
carried
You had
on.
Austin. You had Austin Rock. You had Austin McMahon. That was going on roughly the same time. You had you had Mankind and The Rock having their own story. You had the Ministry versus the Brood for a while. That was a story going on. You had the APA and half the other tag teams. There was always something moving, and now you don't have that. There's a stalemate happening.
Exactly.
You have 60
I
some
gotta agree
wrestlers.
with that. Like,
You have
and
60 some. What's that?
No, I was just saying, I gotta agree with that. And I'm normally not a person that, constantly brings up the Attitude Era or whatever. But the thing about it, you can even go to the Ruthless Aggression Era. Like, each storyline kind of just like it had its own continuity and it had its own like universe to it. Like,
Right.
now if they do one major storyline, like they'll end up like bleeding them together, and it's like everything.
Right. And not only that, with the major storylines in the Ruthless Aggression Era, is there was underlying storylines. Like when Edge was with Vicky, there was the main feud with Cena, but then under it was like Zack Ryder and Brian Myers fighting the Bashams. Like there was always something going on to deal with the layers. There was a tier system to it. Now you don't get that. You have 60 some odd wrestlers on Raw and you use 10.
Right.
You have 50 some odd on SmackDown, you use 5. Like, why? At this point, NXT might as well just become its own company and not even involved with WWE.
NXT's been putting out good shows.
But that's what I'm saying is at least NXT is producing, and then you have the main shows absolutely fucking floundering until it's a pay-per-view time.
That's because Vince doesn't touch NXT.
My case in point goes back to Vince McMahon being shitty. At the end of the day, WWE is WWE. It's still the Mecca, unfortunately. And we have to swallow that pill. But it doesn't mean they have to slack at their job because they don't feel there's enough competition. Because what's going to happen is if they don't start picking their shit up, what's going to happen is AEW is going to sneak in. Impact is going to make its way up somehow to where AEW is right now. And now you're going to be like, what the fuck is happening? WWE is losing its grip on its audiences fast.
I don't agree with that.
The sands of time are catching up to WWE, plain and simple.
Once again, this is not the first time this has happened.
And their numbers are higher than they've been in 3 years. So that's
not the point he's trying to make, though. He's just saying
they're losing fans, but he's losing. Right?
No, he's saying the core audience will just get annoyed.
That's not me. Get that shit off.
Is that you?
That's
What?
me, a Sting.
What is
Like, and like that was freshman year of high school, I think.
Man, I would have shoved you in a locker in freshman year.
I thought you just found a random pic of somebody dressed as Sting trying to pass off as me.
I'm not even joking, bro. Like, nothing to do with the wrestling shit. Just your size alone, you'd be in a locker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Surprised I found that pic.
Hey, you guys! I just want you to know, as of now, we've completely done the segment.
You what?
We're 50 minutes into the show, which means we've now covered the entire base of the Bloodline segment tonight.
Thanks.
Off the Top presents Off the Rails.
Pretty much is what we should rename this freaking show.
Off the rails while doing rails. Let's go!
Now starring Tony Khan.
Hey, listen. Toronto once had a man that did a lot of crack, and it worked out well for them. So that's why AEW is doing well. He's everywhere at once.
Just keep him away from Jeff Hardy.
Jesus Lord.
I guess it's a good thing Brian Pillman ain't around anymore, huh?
Oh my God. Wow.
Damn, Shadow.
I don't know what to say to that.
Oh man. Is there anything else that we need to discuss tonight?
I think that's it.
Trans payment, where I'm being booked on the show, and I'm not doing the hot dog and handshake shit, Scalz. Come on.
You're gonna do what with a hot dog and a handshake?
I'm gonna shake his hot dog, and he's gonna put me in the main event. Okay, it's how indie wrestling works, pal.
Sounds like how Vince McMahon's work with the women's division.
Oh gosh,
Good Lord.
where'd you get that information from?
Wow.
Christy Hemme?
You mean Crispy
Wow.
Yammy?
What time is it?
All right,
Her
I think
point.
it's time we go.
Don't end yet. Come on. We're just getting started, boys.
Ooh,
Yeah, man, I'll just take my opinions to TikTok. It's fine.
I'm banned.
You got banned on TikTok?
Yeah, for no reason. Like, legit.
Oh man. Is there anything else we wanted to discuss tonight? And Shadow, what are you listening to?
Oh, you can hear. How can you hear me if my mic is muted?
Your mic's not
It's not
muted.
muted.
It was on my screen.
It's not on our
But
screen.
anyways, my final thoughts of the night are this.
Mind. The dude minds. This will not stand, you know? This aggression will not stand, man.
Hey, listen, like Chris Benoit and toothless aggression. I don't give a fuck.
Clearly.
Jesus Christ. All right.
We're going off the rails on the crazy train.
All right. Jamey, where can we find you?
You can find me. I'm not even gonna do the whole shebang. Off the Top Media, Monday nights, Friday nights. Jamey Rose X on the socials. If you want to hear me talk about Mountain Dew, you could also catch out on my latest TikTok video where I duetted some dude with a mental illness. But anyways, find me where you find me, and if you try finding me anywhere else, I'm gonna whoop that ass. Anyways, kick it to the cam man.
You can find me on TikTok at Cam's Wrestling Corner. Find me on my other TikTok page at Call Me Cam G. Also find me on Off the Top every Friday night with these goofballs in the chat. And soon to be on Wednesdays with River City Radio. And if that does not sizzle your bacon, you can find me on Instagram at 317 Bacon Eggs and Cam.
Shadow?
You go ahead.
You can find me here on Off the Top Media on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, as well as on Twitter, Threads, and TikTok at Off the Top Media _.
Oh, Threads. Find me on the Threads.
And
Because Twitter's dying.
the face that runs the place is here to say, find me on TikTok, absolutely shit posted on your favorite content creators and not giving a fuck what you have to say because I'm Shadow and you can go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Oh, God.
On that note, Have a great night. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check us out on our next show. We will be live tomorrow night. I believe 9 p.m. for a career retrospective on Kenny Omega. Is that still going on, Shadow?
As far as I know, sir.
Okay. So come back here tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Career retrospective, Kenny Omega. Check it out. Have a great night.
Yeah!